Hi yoga friends, I'm Sarah Mapes. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's practice is for tweens and teens, and mom and dad are welcome too. It will be a playful practice with some fun balancing. Let's get started. Begin in a comfortable seated position. Bring the palms of your hands together and leave your pinkies and your thumbs touching, and take your other fingers out nice and wide. This is the Lotus Mudra. There's a story about the way lotus flowers grow. Lotus flowers grow, they come up through mud and shallow water, and they reach up towards the sun and are very beautiful. All flowers have roots, but for a lotus flower to grow up through the mud and the shallow water, they have to have especially strong roots. In our practice today, take a moment to think about the roots that you want to have. What strengths do you want to build and form? And inhale and lift your lotus up towards the sky. What kind of beautiful lotus flower are you going to grow and become? One more time, forming your lotus, lifting it up towards the sky, and taking your hands out to the sides. Place your right hand down on the mat, lift your left arm up and take it over towards the right side, feeling into your body. Coming back through to center, left hand comes down, right arm reaches up and over. And come back to center. Shift yourself into a tabletop position where your knees are underneath your hips, hands are underneath your shoulders. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a wiggle and a shake, feeling into your body, and let the breath lead the movement. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest for cow. You can even moo here if you like. Exhale, round your spine like a cat. Can meow, make any cat noises that appeal to you. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round your spine like a cat. This time, lift your knees just up off the mat, feeling your tummy muscles engage. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round your spine and lift your knees just off the mat. Bringing them back down, walk your hands out long, coming into a puppy stretch. Have you ever seen a dog digging in the dirt, taking their arms out long in front of them, ready to dig under the fence? Here's what we're going for. Puppy stretch. And breathe. Even inhales and exhales. Take your left arm underneath your right, threading the needle, feeling into your shoulders. This stretch always feels so good. And breathe. Coming back to center, take your right arm underneath your left, threading the needle on the other side. Bringing your right hand back, come down onto your forearms and straighten yourself out so you're on your belly in Sphinx Pose. Take a moment and imagine being a sphinx in Egypt. Do you have all the wisdom of the ancient Egyptians? Do you know how to make mummies? Have a little bit of fun with this posture. Lift through the crown of your head. Take even inhales and exhales. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and lower all the way onto your belly. Inhale, lift yourself up to a baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up higher. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up as high as you possibly can. Exhale, lower down. Bend your knees reaching back for your feet. And lift up your head and your shoulders and your legs, coming into upward bow pose. You can even do some rocking back and forth here if that feels good. And release. Really nice. All right, pushing yourself up with your hands, come back to a child's pose. Let's have it be a wide leg child's pose. Bring your feet together, knees come out to the sides of your mat, lengthening through your back. And breathe. Take your arms over to the left side, feeling into your right side body. And take your arms over to the right, feeling into your left side. Coming back to center. Lifting back up to a tabletop position, tuck under your back toes, lifting your hips, coming into downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, feel free to pedal out your legs, maybe wiggling your hips a little bit, feeling into your body. Press firmly down with your palms, fingers are spread wide. And take a moment to lift up onto your toes and lower down. Lift your heels up and lower down. Lift your heels up and lower down. Take your right hand and reach it over towards your left thigh and bring it back. Left hand to right thigh and bring it back. Look forward towards your hands and step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale all the way up to standing. Bring your hands together at heart center. The next thing we're going to do is play a little up and down game. Ground down firmly with your right foot, feeling into your foundation. Cross your left over the top, hands come out to the side, and sit down and come back up without using your hands. Let's do that 2 more times as fast as we can. We're down and we're up. We're down and we're up. Let's switch sides. We are down and we're up. We're down and we're up. We're down and we're up. Nice work. Okay, standing at the top of your mat, take your hands out to the sides, cross your right foot over your left. Maybe you stop here, maybe you keep going, and take your left arm over the top of your right, coming into eagle. Lift your arms up towards the sky. Maybe sinking down a little bit, bending your knees more. And then unwind your leg, folding forward. Coming into warrior 3 with eagle arms. Feeling into any wobbles. Take your arms out to the side and flap your eagle. Let your eagle fly. Place both hands down on the mat, lifting your leg up towards the sky in a standing split. Slowly with control, step it back, lifting up to a high lunge. Open out to warrior 2. Turn your left palm up and reverse your warrior. Reaching forward, coming into extended side angle. Back to reverse warrior, extended side angle. Reverse warrior, extended side angle. Straighten your left leg, bringing your hand down to your ankle, your foot, wherever it happens to be, lifting your right arm up towards the sky, coming into side triangle pose. And breathe. Bend your left foot, turning to face the front of your mat. Step both feet together and lift yourself into upward chair pose. Rise all the way up onto your toes, bringing your hands together at heart center for candle flame, and lower down. Arms come out to the sides. Take your left leg, cross it over your right. Maybe coming in for the double hook. Right arm crosses over your left, lifting your arms up into eagle. Maybe bending your knees and coming a little bit deeper, maybe not. Unwind your legs, coming back into warrior three with eagle arms. Unwind your arms and flap your wings like an eagle. Let your eagle fly. Bring your hands down to the mat, lifting your left leg up towards the sky in a standing split. Slowly with control, bring your leg back, lifting up into a high lunge. Open out into warrior two. Feeling strong. Turn your right palm up, reverse your warrior. Coming forward to extended side angle, reverse warrior. Extended side angle, reverse warrior. Extended side angle. Slowly straighten out your right leg, bringing your hand down to your leg, ankle or foot, and sweeping your left arm up towards the sky. Inside triangle pose. And breathe. Bring your hands to frame the front foot, bending your front foot, turning to face the front of your mat. Step both feet together, keeping your knees bent. Lift yourself into upward chair pose. Rise all the way up onto your toes, bringing your hands together at heart center for candle flame and lowering down. Let's do that again. Take your arms out to the sides. Right arm crosses over the top of your left. Left arm comes over the top of your right, lifting up. Unfold your leg, coming forward. Fly your eagle. Place both hands down, standing split. Stepping yourself back to a high lunge. Open out into warrior two. Turn your left palm up, reverse your warrior, extended side angle. Reverse your warrior, extended side angle. Reverse your warrior, extended side angle. Straighten your left leg out, bringing your hand down. Right arm comes up for side triangle pose. Frame your front foot, both hands on the mat, bending your left leg, stepping your right foot forward, keeping your knees bent, lifting yourself into upward chair, rising all the way up onto your toes, bringing your hands together at heart center. Lower down. Arms come out to the sides, cross the top of your right leg, hooking your left leg behind, maybe a second time. Right arm comes over the top. Lifting your arms in front of your face, bending down just a little bit more. Take your left leg back behind you, folding forward. Fly your eagle. Place your hands down on the mat and lift yourself up to a standing split. With control, step back, coming into a high lunge, opening out to warrior two. Turn your right palm up, reverse your warrior, extended side angle. Reverse your warrior, extended side angle. Reverse your warrior, extended side angle. Slowly start to straighten your right leg out, bringing your hand down to your foot and lifting your left arm up towards the sky. Side triangle pose. Bending your right knee, placing both hands towards the front of your mat. Step your feet together, keeping your legs bent, lifting up into upward chair pose. Rise all the way up onto your toes and bring your hands together at heart center. Beautiful. Lowering down. Okay, we're gonna try some challenging balance here. Kids often do this really well. So my teens and tweens, I'm counting on you. Mom and dad, maybe not with this next one, but have a go and have some fun. We're gonna try crow pose. Folding forward, placing your hands down on the mat. Bend your elbows, placing your knees on the backs of your elbows. Look forward. We go where we look. You wanna eventually, when you come into this pose, have your elbow over your wrist, both of them. We go where we look. So as you come forward, maybe you just lift one leg, maybe the other leg, maybe you lift them both up. And lower down. Have a go. Try that a couple more times. See what it feels like. If you'd like to try some crow variations, if you place both hands down in front of you, there's side crow where you're leaning on one arm and then you'd lift your legs up, but there's another version where you kind of park your bottom here and then you can shift your weight forward and you might find that you can just hover your legs up off the mat. You could try that on both sides and just see how that feels. Just having a little fun. And then after you've had some good playtime, meet me in a downward facing dog. Take your right leg up towards the sky and bring your knee forward to your elbow and across your body for pigeon pose. Distribute your weight evenly between both sides, sitting up nice and tall, and then walk your hands forward, coming into a sleeping pigeon. You can make a pillow with your hands for your forehead, or maybe you want your hands out long in front of you and just rest your forehead on the mat. Do what feels good and is most comfortable in your body. And breathe. Even inhales and exhales. Lifting yourself back up to a seated position, pressing your palms into the mat, tuck under your left toes, and step back to a downward facing dog. Sweep your left leg up towards the sky, and bringing your knee forward to your elbow and across your body for pigeon on the other side. Sit up nice and tall, distributing the weight evenly between both sides, and then walk your hands forward, making a pillow for your forehead or bringing your forehead all the way down to the mat. And breathe. Lifting yourself back up to a seated position. Tuck under your right toes, step your left foot back to a downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward between both hands, dropping your left knee down to the mat, and lift your arms up towards the sky in low lunge. Open your arms out to the right and twist towards the right. Bringing your arms back to center. Bring your hands down to the mat and slowly start to straighten out your right leg, coming into a runner stretch. This runner stretch, in yoga, we also often think of it as a half split. And if anyone would like to try sliding forward into their splits, now is a good time to have a go and try that out. Coming back to our low lunge. Tucking under your back toes and stepping back to a downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward between both hands, dropping your right knee down to the mat. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky and breathe. Twist towards the left, opening your arms out to the sides. Bringing your arms back to center and down to the mat. Slowly start to straighten out your left leg, coming into our runner stretch, our half split. Feeling free to have a go and maybe try out a full split if you want to. And coming back to our low lunge. Tucking under your back toes, stepping back to a downward facing dog. Come down onto both knees. And in our tabletop position, take your right leg straight back behind you. The left arm comes out in front of you. And bring them both back down to the mat. Left leg comes straight out behind you, right arm in front of you. And breathe. And bring them straight down to the mat. Right leg comes out behind you, left arm, this time reach it around and see if you can take hold of your foot, lifting it up nice and high. And bring your hand and knee back to the mat. Left leg's turn, take it out behind you. Right arm reaches around, see if you can take hold of your left foot, lifting it up. And bring your knee and your hand back to the mat. Sit down on your bottom, taking your legs out long in front of you in our seated staff pose. Roll your shoulders back once, lift through the crown of your head. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, reaching towards your toes. If you need a strap here, feel free to wrap a strap around so that you can reach your toes. And keep looking forward towards your toes so that you think about lengthening through your spine. And breathe. Inhale, lift yourself back up to a seated position. Bend your right knee, taking it out to the side. Right foot comes into your left thigh. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, fold forward towards your left foot. Don't forget to breathe. Make your way back up to a seated position. Take your right leg out long in front of you. Bend your left knee out to the side. Foot comes into your right thigh. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold towards your right leg. And breathe. Lifting yourself back up to a seated position. Bend your right knee, placing your foot flat on the mat. Bring your right hand behind you. Left arm comes up to the sky and hook your elbow to the outside of your knee. Twisting around, towards the right. Straighten your right leg out, bend your left knee, placing your foot flat on the mat. Hand comes behind, right arm reaches up towards the sky, and then hook your elbow to the outside of your knee, twisting around towards the left. As you inhale, think about growing taller. And as you exhale, twist just a little bit further. And come out of your twist. Really nice. All right, lay down on your mat. Feet are flat on the mat, knees are bent. And inhale and lift yourself up to bridge pose. And hold. See if you can breathe here. Even inhales and exhales. You could take your hands and interlace them underneath your back if that feels good. And lower down. Take your feet out as wide as the mat and take both knees over to the left side and then to the right. Windshield wiping your legs. Back and forth, back and forth. Hug your knees into your chest. And take your legs up to a tabletop position. Arms come out to the sides. Knees come over towards the left, but not all the way. And then use your tummy muscles to lift them back to center. Legs come over towards the right. Use your tummy muscles to bring them back to center. Tummy power it up. Over to the left. Use your tummy power to come back to center. Legs over to the right. Use your tummy power to come up. Hug your knees into your chest. Take hold of the outsides of your feet and lift yourself up into a happy baby. Maybe rocking back and forth across your spine. And then straightening your legs out on the mat for Shavasana, our resting pose. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling or the sky. Take a few minutes to close your eyes and let everything in your body relax, from your face to your hands and feet. I'm hoping that you had fun today. We were ready to take off and fly. We had a pigeon pose and a crow pose and an eagle pose. I hope that you had fun flying on your mat today. Slowly start to bring feeling into your fingers and your toes. Wiggle them around a little bit. And stretch your arms out long overhead, rolling over onto one side, resting your head on your arm. Making your way up to a comfortable seat. Take a moment to bring your palms together and come back to our lotus. Pinkies and thumbs stay together. Open the rest of your hand out and think about the strong roots that you want to build in life. Lift your lotus flower up towards the sky. Namaste. The light in me bows to the light in you. Thank you for practicing with me.